Manchester United host Tottenham and Liverpool travel to Manchester City. Big games with big consequences for the race for the Champions League football and for the title itself. Let's start off with the lunchtime kickoff, Manchester United versus Tottenham. How are you lads looking at this game?
Well, we might be a little bit sort of leggy from our Champions League sort of run out, and obviously Manchester United, no European football at all
Got that in early.
to worry about this season. So
Very early.
yeah. So you might be able to exploit our legginess from our Champions League outing.
Well, I mean, did you have a Champions League outing last week as well? Pretty horrendous performance against Chelsea.
Yeah, home form is an issue, Adam.
You've not won a game at home since August the 16th.
I know.
First day of the season was. That should fill me with confidence, but it worries me.
Because
it feels like one's on the way. And you had an incredible record against us last season. You know, you have to give some credit to Ange Postecoglou for that. Played us 4 times, beat us 4 times, beat us in the cup final. Incredible record against us. But, you know, I think Brighton had a great record against us. Liverpool did, and somehow we got through and we got the 3 points. And if you play like you did against Chelsea on the weekend, Manchester United win.
I
expect to see a better performance.
I think what Man United need to do, especially with Cunha and Mbeumo and Sesko, is really press Tottenham in our final third, because we just haven't, the way we're set up, we just don't have the quality yet, and we don't have the system yet to break through that press. So we're reliant on that midfield of Paulinho and Bentancur, who have their own attributes. Paulinho is certainly in winning balls, but when the outlet is once he's won the ball, is to give it to Bentancur or try and find Xavi Simons, who is struggling to accept and understand what is asked of him in the Premier League. It means that there's going to be opportunities for Man United, and you're playing in, like, you're suddenly decent for some. And I've been banging the drum for Amorim to be sacked for ages, and now there is a sort of clicking into gear. And you imagine that Man United have been under the cosh for so long, and all of the messaging saying they're not good enough, they're useless, 3-4-3 won't win, Amorim's no good, could have created this sort of unified dressing room. But I actually think, well, we're going to go out there and show them. And it feels like that's what's happening a little bit.
I think Casemiro's been huge as well. I think he'll be important for us again. So those early kickoffs, which you always hate, can ruin your weekend right from the start. But I do think, you know, in the summer we were talking about bringing in Carlos Baleba, bringing in someone that could play alongside Bruno Fernandes or Kobbie Mainoo. And that's because we felt like Ugarte wasn't good enough and Casemiro was past his best. But Casemiro did come back in the summer looking lean, looking fitter. And he has been able to offer us something. Now, it may be a case where he needs to get subbed after 65, 70 minutes, but another goal from him against Forest, another decent performance from him as well. Obviously, it was an interesting midfield battle because Elliot Anderson's been linked with the club in the last week or so, interestingly, just before we played Forest. And we're obviously looking to the future of who's going to be playing that role. But right now, Casemiro's rolling back the years and he looks good, man. And it'll be important for him to perform well against Spurs if we are going to win that.
We've got lots of injuries as well. Everyone hates moaning about injuries, but for 3 years...
To be fair, I saw your team against Chelsea and I thought, wait a minute.
Missing a few.
It looks bad. Richarlison's coming on, he looks like a headless pigeon. Chicken.
Yeah. So I think this is probably a good time to play Tottenham. Certainly at home, away from home.
Have you got an over-reliance on Kudus because of the injury issues that you do have then? And I say over-reliance, it's not like he's been delivering massively, but as in terms of an outlet.
We've got an over-reliance in him being a part of everything we can successful that we do going forward. He's the option, he's the outlet, like you say. You get the ball into him, he holds it up, brings other players in, and that has become our tactic because the passing lanes that Bentancur and Paulinho choose to adopt is sideways and get it to Porro, who's a really good passer of the ball, and get it into Kudus. But he can be worked out quite quickly. Like Thomas Frank and Justin Cochrane need to come up with better attacking plays and methods of getting the ball forward. What we're seeing is way too reductive and stunted and too easily to play against.
If you don't win against Manchester United, and granted you've had positive results in the Cup and Europe at home, right?
Yeah.
Could you see the home crowd getting a little bit
frustrated? Not. We're not talking.
I'm not saying booing him and calling for his head, but
absolutely,
because the crowd that goes to your home league games will be very different from those that goes to your home cup games because of cup schemes and league schemes and whatever with season tickets and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then your away crowd will be a nucleus of that home support, of course.
Yeah.
But the majority of the fans that go to White Hart Lane or whatever the hell we call it these days won't be the fans that have seen you win and have a great away record.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're going to have a different.
Of course.
They've only seen shit for most of the season.
Yeah, I think. They've shown that they've seen sort of tightly contested battles that have gone against us. I think, and we're not seeing free flowing football, and we are paying the second most expensive season ticket in the league. So there is an idea about how we want to see our team play, and we're not seeing it yet. So there will be disgruntlement, as there is with any football club when you're not winning and not playing well. But you just got to get it right. I mean, Frank's an excellent coach. He's demonstrated that over many, many years. He just needs to find another way for us to play football, because entertaining the crowd is as much as important as getting those 3 points. And when you're not getting them and playing badly, the axe swings much more faster than it
Weird
could
though
have.
as well. Our away form's poor compared to our home form. I know we beat Liverpool recently at Anfield, but our away form hasn't been great. Your home form hasn't been great.
I think there's
something's got to give.
I think there's an away from home there's an acceptance that you can sit in.
Yeah.
Whereas you're home, you're expected to come forward, and the game last week against Chelsea, where you could see us trying to get forward, and that would have come from the energy in the stadium and Frank understanding the fact that you got to get forward. You can't just sit and defend so resolutely. Because if you play like that consistently and don't win, it's fine when you're winning. Like, anyone can take any brand of football if you're winning. You're not in transition if you're winning games. It's only when you're not winning games you're suddenly in transition, right? So
yes, that's Liverpool.
Yeah, true. No talk of transition last season, but now they're suddenly in transition because they're not winning games. So it's a perplexing one. But you've got to also understand where we've come from. Frank took over a team that finished 17th in the league.
He made you a little bit a bit boring. I know it's not great losing to Chelsea, but at least you can sit here and say whether you think Man United win or not, or Tottenham win. It's a marginal game. It's a closer game. Last season, you're losing to these lot, aren't you? Let's be real. So at least he made you a little bit dry, a little bit boring,
harder to
and that's what you need right now. Next year, you can go and sign a new number 9, whatever. But I look at it and just think, I like Thomas Frank.
We like him.
He's not going to make you. He's not Martin Scorsese, is he? He's not cinematic.
No,
but he gets the job done.
Yeah, and looks
he's building a decent unit there.
It needs to. Yeah, we got to give him time.
There's something about that Chelsea result. So flat at home. It felt so flat.
Yeah, especially in the last 10 minutes when you think
it's a derby.
This is a derby. They're going to go for it. You're going to see a little bit of blood on Fonda. There's nothing. But again, I do have a little bit of sympathy when you look into the bench and it's for Richarlison coming on.
And at least it's not. But last season, you got to understand. With Ange, it's 4-0 loss if it's that kind of form. At least he's minimising the losses, and he goes again next week.
I mean, Chelsea, ripped us to pieces. The last 10 minutes of the game against Chelsea is like you're starting to chase it. What
was the Jackson one? What was that?
Yeah,
5?
That was 2 seasons ago.
That's the first season, wasn't it?
Yeah, and at least Frank doesn't lose 4 or 5. Doesn't kill you as a club, does it? Losing 1-0 to Chelsea. I know you don't want to hear that as a Spurs fan, but wasn't the worst loss in the world, was it?
No.
Score prediction?
I think we'll win 2-1.
I think we'll win 2-1. Come on, United. We have to beat them. Surely. Can't beat us 5 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, imagine that.
Right, let's move on to another big clash this weekend. Manchester City versus Liverpool. This could be huge in the title race. Is it fair to say that whoever loses might effectively be out of the Premier League title race?
No, it's not. It's very damaging to whoever loses it, and whoever loses it probably doesn't win the league. But there are so many twists and turns to come in this Premier League title race.
Yeah.
There are so many moments. There are so many defining moments yet to come. Like, we've got a massive winter period coming up. We've got the massive festive period. We've got the massive Easter period. I don't believe that it will be totally defined by what happens this weekend. But I also do acknowledge that if Liverpool lose it, it would be terrible. If Man City lose it, it would be a statement. And ultimately, the only winner really this weekend can be Arsenal. It's just fallen so beautifully for them. A draw does nobody any favours. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, if you can get the ball into Erling Haaland and get Cherky around him, it's a very exciting attack, because I think Erling Haaland can do a lot of damage to this Liverpool back line. He was amazing against Bournemouth, and Guardiola had a bit of a tactical shift where he plays Doku inside, he plays Cherky inside, lots of first-time balls played into Doku, first time round the corner to Erling Haaland. So if Liverpool play a high line And they do like to do that because they're a big side and they want to press you high and they want to win the ball up and win big games away from home. Then Erling Haaland's got a lot of space to run into. And his form is scary. It's really scary. He came off again. It's his 15th time in a Premier League game. He gets hooked on a brace. So he could have had 15 more hat-tricks in the Premier League. It's scary.
Yeah.
So look, it's all about other players around him.
Yeah, but this
is
is the
Nico
thing,
Gonzalez
mate.
at good form? Is Ruben Diaz in good form? That's the concern.
You mentioned Cherki when you first started talking about it. You said it's very exciting if we can get Haaland on the ball and Cherki in and around him. Do you know what surprised me there, Booth? You didn't say this. It'll be very interesting if we can get Erling Haaland on the ball, Phil Foden in and around him.
I think Foden's been good. I think he was good in the loss to Aston Villa. Not great. I think his numbers have probably flatlined a little bit where people can slag him off on Twitter because he hasn't got the numbers in the same way. But his performances have been good. So I think, look, I say Cherki, I say Foden and Cherki with Nico Gonzalez in that midfield.
But you didn't.
No, Cherki's the number one where I'm seeing a little bit of star power. I'm seeing a connection with Haaland that is very intuitive. Cherki came in back from injury. He's been off for about 2.5 months, already picked up more goals and assists than Florian Wirtz, by the way. And he plays a ball against Everton inside of his right foot on the near side for Man City, round the corner for Erling Haaland. I've never seen anything like it. So he adds that star power. I think Phil Foden gives you that continuity, that work rate, that quality. But Cherki's something that Liverpool have never faced, never dealt with before. He's staggeringly good, Ross.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. He's
Do
staggeringly
you think you're
good.
going to win this game?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I imagine that Liverpool fans are feeling very nervous about this game, primarily because of the form that they've been in over recent weeks. But it is a great opportunity for Liverpool, isn't it? If they are going to announce that they're back, if they're going to make that put that statement out there that they are serious about retaining a league, this is the fixture that they need.
Well, Villa was a very, very good result because Villa just beat Manchester City. If Gravenberch gets his foot on the ball, he starts dictating things, could even pop up with a big goal like he did against Newcastle United away this season. Of course, they're really, really dangerous. But I still look at the fullbacks. Andy Robertson is a great footballer. He's a legendary left back, maybe the second best left back in the history of the Premier League, behind Ashley Cole, of course. But he still is a little bit off of it in terms of his pace. Against Atletico Madrid, a couple of times he got caught out. Not in a bad way. He's been a great player for them. But I do look at him and think, you can get this Andy Robertson, you can get a Connor Bradley.
Yeah, you can. But the problem that you have is you are now the Erling Haaland team. Like, it does feel like if you stop Haaland, you stop Man City. It does feel like that is the equation. If you stop X, Y won't happen. And stopping Haaland's not easy, but it's possible. Where is your other threat? Like, how do you beat City? Or are you now just going to tell me it has to be Haaland?
I think it's down to Haaland still. Reinder's got dropped for the game on the weekend. You want Cherki to add goals. Bernardo's never going to give you goals. You're looking for Phil Foden to give you goals.
Have you watched any of Haaland's YouTube channel?
Oh, his opening video was staggering.
Have you seen the preparation?
The ice bath.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a monster, isn't he?
It's crazy.
Monster of a
Crazy.
footballer, an amazing player.
But these are the games where the pressure builds and pressure makes diamonds, as they say. You want those big goals coming from certain players, like an Oscar Bob maybe or whatever. Now's the time to do it. Now's the time to spread the load a little bit and give Phil Foden the opportunity to score the big goals like he has done before against Liverpool. You know, he scored in a 4-1 win during COVID, one of the only City wins at Anfield in years and decades. I'm looking for Phil Foden to put in these big performances. The big one for me is Nico Gonzalez. He was absolutely incredible against Bournemouth. He bullied their midfield.
What about your defence? Do you think that the game against Bournemouth suggested that your defence can be got at? Can you keep them out?
I think City can keep Liverpool out enough. I like Mateus Nunes at the moment. Diaz, maybe Stones comes back. The big one for me is Nico Riley. I think he's operating at a very, very high level, mate. And I think he can keep Mohamed Salah shut and shut him out 100%. Do you think some of Liverpool's senior players need to take more responsibility for the current form? Do you think this is... I've talked about the pressure for diamonds in terms of Phil Foden and Cherki and all these guys. You know, Ekitike in this kind of game. Salah, we need to see a bit more from Salah, don't we?
I actually would say, if I was a Liverpool fan coming into this game, right, I would say that the people that need to win us this game, it's not the new, it's the old. I would say Mohamed Salah, we're looking at you today. We're looking at Mohamed Salah, we're looking at Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk needs to win his duel. Van Dijk versus Erling Haaland will probably dictate Manchester City's tempo. It will probably dictate who wins the game, in fact. If Erling Haaland wins his clash with Virgil van Dijk, Man City win the game. If you can keep Erling Haaland quiet, Liverpool probably win the game. So I think if I was in the Cop, I'd be thinking, big veg.
Yeah, big verge. But this City side are keeping the ball far better than last season. That's what I love. I'm a bit of a football purist, whether that's good or not. I like possession. I like keeping the ball. And this City side keep the ball far better than last season was.
Do you?
And that'll put a lot of pressure on them. Last season, it was end-to-end. It was basketball.
Yeah.
If this Liverpool side succumbed to Nico, Bernardo, Foden, knocking it around, Bournemouth are an unbelievable ball-playing side, possession-based side. They had nothing in the second half. Nothing in the second half. So,
But there was a vulnerability
Nico
to
Riley,
you at the back.
Mateus Nunes. Yeah, there was, for sure. It's not. This isn't Company in Laporte or whatever. It's not a prime City back line. Yeah. But the ball playing is so much better now, mate.
All right, let's just do it now. Cards on the table, right? If you don't beat Liverpool, can you still win the league?
Yeah, because a draw's not okay.
A draw's okay. Okay, what about if they beat you? Can you still win the league?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's only Arsenal. It's only Arsenal, lads.
Okay, what's your prediction?
3-0.
To who?
City.
You serious?
If Galatasaray can beat these lot, Palace home and away. Why can't we? Why can't we have a go in the party? Why can't we have a laugh?
Is it not like saying if Tottenham can beat these lot, then why can't Liverpool?
But Tottenham are a bogey side. City at home against Liverpool, you usually get good wins. So at home, Anfield is a different narrative.
I'm buzzing for it. We are live on the club as well, aren't we? We're live.
We're going to smash these lot. Mark my words.
Well, I will be marking them. Whether they're correct or not, we will find out.
What about you? What's your score prediction?
I just don't want to draw because I think someone needs to put major pressure on Arsenal.
Yeah, draw's terrible. But we said that 5 weeks ago
when
it was a 1-1 draw with City Arsenal. And
I think
we thought Liverpool were going to win the league.
I think Liverpool beat you. I think Liverpool beat you.
So wrong.
Time will tell. Can't wait.
Big Erling. Come on.